It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. We've got the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Boston Celtics. So Atlanta will get the first possession. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court right now for the Hawks. Rillis is out there with Rollins. Then it's Whitman. Then it's Rivers. And it's Wilkins in at the three. And the Celtics with possession here. Johnson outside. Now Parrish inside. And he can't bank that one in. And it's the Hawks' ball. Rivers with it. Right side, Wilkins. Dominique, too much for Bird on that trip.
You always like to get that first lead of the game.
Yeah, you know, Steve, a good way to set the tone early on there.
Johnson up top. He's guarded by Rivers. Johnson kicks to Bird. Shoots it. Bird, too much for Dominique right there.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
On defense, Boston. Pass to Rollins. Dishes it to Rivers. Pass to Whitman. Lets the three fly. Good.
Poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at that three-point shot.
And Boston has possession. It's a three-point game. Johnson outside. Kicks to Bird. 6 to shoot. No luck. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Here's Rivers. Right side, Wilkins. And again, it's Atlanta.
3 straight makes to start this game. Looking good.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Johnson outside. McHale up top. Back to Johnson. Now the dish to Bird. Takes the turnaround J. McHale passes to Johnson. Goes back up. And the layup is good.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
The Hawks leading by 3. Rivers passes to Rollins. Feeds it to Rivers. Hawks passing it around. Whitman kicks to Rivers. Here's Wilkins. Here's Willis. Can't get it to go. Nice D from McHale. So it's the Celtics now. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Atlanta. According to him, their focus defensively is going to be on making things difficult inside. Ideally, they'll be in the best shape, he feels, if they force most of the shots against them to come from the perimeter. Guys?
And thank you, Doris. Here's Ainge. Dominique Wilkins making his last shot there. Here's Bird. Larry Bird with what looked to be an impossible shot.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know. I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
Rivers kicks to Wilkins, and that one's good. Wilkins has got 8. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to McHale. Back to Johnson. Parrish with the screen on Rivers. Johnson kicks to Ainge. Johnson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bird. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. He's got 6.
How about the first quarter for him at the offensive end? He's really had the touch going.
Rivers dishes to Wilkins. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Bird. He feeds it to Parrish. There's 1:38 left to play in the first. Whitman passes to Rivers. Rollins against Parrish. Whitman kicks to Rivers. 6 to shoot. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Rivers has got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over him.
Well, you know, he almost seems to enjoy those mismatches, Steve. It gives him a chance to show what a strong finisher he is.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Walton's checked in for Parrish. Wedman comes in for Larry Bird. Vincent's checked in for Ainge. And it's Seasting in for Johnson. Boston trailing. 1:10 left to play here in the first. Here's Vincent. Seasting passes to McHale. Shot clock at 6. Here's Wedman. Good on the 13-footer.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Atlanta leading by 3. Now the pass to Livingston. And here's Carr. Fades away. The shot is off.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
The shot's good by Wedman.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Here's Johnson. Passes it to Livingston. Johnson up top. Pass to Carr. Johnson kicks to Webb. 6 to shoot. Stolen. Here is Seasting. He's guarded by Johnson. Seasting passes to Wedman. And a missed layup. Here's Livingston. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's Atlanta. They're up by 1. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
Yeah, this team is on the same page, no question. They're right where they need to be offensively.
And they're hitting their scores with on-time and on-target passes, too. That's fun to watch.
And so it's Boston with it. They trail by 1. This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. They've got Koncak. Webb out there with Johnson. Then there's Antoine Carr. And it's Livingston in at the 3 spot. Here is Seasting. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Now, here is Webb. He's guarded closely. Johnson left side. To the wing right side. 5 to shoot. Here's Webb. And he gets it to go. Webb's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Hawks. Celtics trail by 3. Seasting passes to McHale. There's a screen. There's a screen by McHale. Vincent. Rebounded by the Hawks.
That's not his shot there, guys. And whether you play D on him or not, he's usually going to miss that one.
And here is Webb. The pass to Koncak. Now, here is Webb. The shot misses. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Vincent, the pass to McHale. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. And a new group in for the Celtics. Parrish, he's checked in for McHale. Bird comes in for Wedman. Danny Ainge is checked in for Vincent. And Dennis Johnson's subbed in for Seasting. Atlanta leading by 3. Here's Whitman. The feed to Rivers. Pass to Whitman. Over to the wing. 6 to shoot. Shot from 16, and he gets it to go. Rivers has got the lead up to 5 now for the Hawks. And here's Boston. In the second quarter, held scoreless. Johnson outside. He kicks it to Walton. Back to Johnson. And that comes off the assist by Bill Walton. Johnson's got his second basket of the game.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Rivers dishes to Wilkins. Kicks it to Rivers. Bird against Wilkins. Shoots from 12. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Ainge with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. They get it back. Parrish. Soft touch off the glass.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. He's got to be relentless.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Well, the Hawks coach had some advice for his team over that last break. He urged his guys to get after it on the offensive glass, to follow every single shot, extend possessions, and cash in on some second-chance points. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Celtics trail by 3. Now a timeout called by Boston. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, he dishes it to Bird. Feeds it to Walton. Back to Bird. And that comes off the assist by Bill Walton. Bird's got 8 points.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
The kick out to Wilkins. Passes it to Willis. Dishes to Rivers. And again, it's Atlanta. A minute 50 left in the first half. Johnson outside. The dish to Bird. Parrish with the screen on Wilkins. And Walton kicks to Ainge, and the basket good.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
The Hawks leading. 1:24 left in the second quarter. Whitman kicks to Rivers. Pass to Whitman. Here's Wilkins. And that's collected by Bird. Here's Boston now. Johnson outside. He feeds it to Ainge. 6 to shoot. Here's Bird. Good. Bird's got 10.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Here's Hastings. Outside Wilkins. There's the pass to Rivers. And he gets it to go. Rivers has got 6 in the quarter.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Johnson outside. There's the feed to Parrish. Shoot from the right block, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
Here's Rivers. Here's Willis. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. Hawks lead by 1. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Nice game, great performance by Dominique Wilkins.
Well, in terms of his points in the first half, I mean, that's pretty much what we've come to expect out of him.
Yeah, that's an open book on all you need to know about what talent he has. I'll bet he adds a lot more to that tally in the second half.
We've got Bird. Parrish is out there with Kevin McHale. Then it's Ainge. And it's Johnson in at the guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Parrish. Johnson up top. He's guarded by Rivers. Johnson can't get it to go. And so it's Atlanta with it. They lead by 1. Now Rivers. Pass to Wilkins. Parrish grabs the board. Parrish has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Bird, the pass to Parrish. Back to Bird. Johnson outside. To the paint. Stolen by Wilkins. Fast break, the Hawks. Rivers has got the ball. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Yeah, that's right. So you push it. That's the best opportunity for points on the break. This lead, I think, is headed north.
So it's Boston now after the basket by Atlanta. They double-team Bird. Shoots from the block. Nice touch on the bank shot. McHale's got his first points of the night. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, you know, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, the head coach for the Celtics, had some instruction for his guys during that break. He focused on their offense and said to his guys, make the extra pass. Don't try to play hero ball and do it by yourself. That ends up leading to bad shots. He also talked about their defense in the open court, saying, don't let them get comfortable in transition. We need to shut down their fast break. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. That's good.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Celtics trail by 3. Now a timeout called by Boston. Johnson outside. He kicks to McHale. From 10 feet out. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson.
The turnaround jumper. That was a thing of beauty.
Atlanta with the ball. It's a one-point game. Rivers kicks to Wilkins. Takes the turnaround J. Rebounded by the Celtics. Parrish has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Johnson with it. Picked up by Rivers. Bird a screen on Rivers. Johnson kicks to Bird. They double team Bird. 3 on the clock. Back to Johnson. Misses off the left iron.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely. I think he should have converted that one.
Rivers passes to Rollins. Here's Whitman. Over to the wing. Here's Rivers. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Rivers has got 12 points in the game.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Now here's Johnson. Kicks it to Bird. Feeds to Parrish. Puts up the baby hook. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Rivers passes to Willis. He dishes it to Rivers. Here's Whitman. Ainge covering. Whitman kicks to Wilkins. Lets it go from 14. Another miss by Wilkins.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The first one falls. Some changes for Boston. Redmond's checked in for Ainge. And it's Easting in for Johnson. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Concac's checked in for Rollins. Livingston comes in for Willis. Spud Webb, he's checked in for Whitman. And it's Johnson in for Rivers. And so he makes both from the line.
Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line.
Johnson dishes to Webb. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Celtics trail by 3. 1:49 left in the third quarter. Passes it to Bird. Dishes to Parrish. Just 5 to shoot. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession.
4 seconds on the shot.
1:36 left to play in the third. Webb with it. Pass to Livingston. Now the dish to Wilkins. Here's Concat, defended by Parrish, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Robert Parrish picks one up there.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
And he makes the first. Walton's checked in for Robert Parrish. That one misses.
Well, even though he couldn't get them all to fall, he did at least make it a 2-possession game.
McHale outside. And there's the pass to Seasting. Nice ball movement by Boston. McHale inside. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession.
21 seconds on the shot.
Atlanta leading by 4. Johnson outside. It's Wilkins on the wing. Back to Johnson. Passes it to Concat. Right wing. Shot clock at 6. Now here is Webb. Not a lot of room. 34 seconds left in the third. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Pass to Concat. He feeds it to Johnson. Here's Concat. Back to Johnson. Here's Livingston. And that is good. And the Hawks lead by 6.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it. I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
And we've reached the end of the third. Hawks on top. They're up by 6. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And now we present our State Farm assist of the game. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Rivers.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Great assists like the one we just saw.
Here's Whitman. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Dominique Wilkins out there with Kevin Willis. And it's Rivers. Then there's Rollins. And it's Whitman at the 2. Rivers can't get it to go.
And the defense did just enough to throw him off that shot.
Ainge with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. The shot's good from Ainge. And here's Rivers. Willis with a screen on Johnson. Rivers kicks to Willis. It's Wilkins on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Baseline J on the way. And yes, sir, that one drops. Wilkins has got the lead up to 6 now for Atlanta. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Johnson, the pass to Bird. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
It's been a solid outing for Larry Bird. 12 points and 1 rebound.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
And their mid-range shooting continues to be accurate.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Parrish is checked in for the Celtics. Both good from the line that time. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Whitman kicks to Rivers. The feed to Wilkins. Pass to Rivers. Shot clock at 6. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Celtics trail by 6. Johnson dishes to McHale. Back to Johnson. He kicks it to Bird. 14 feet away, and that's off the glass and in. Bird's got 4 this quarter.
That's a big basket there. You can expect him to be very involved and aggressive the rest of the way.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Well, the Hawks coach had some advice for his team over that last break. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Kicks it to Rivers. And there's the pass to Whitman. Here's Wilkins. And again, it's Atlanta.
That's really set them apart today, guys. That success from the mid-range.
Well, these are two teams that clearly you've seen the difference in offensive philosophies here.
Johnson, the pass to Bird. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Wilkins with a screen on Ainge. Whitman kicks to Rivers. Passes to Rollins. Shot left block. And again, it's Atlanta. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. So it's Boston now. They trail by 6. Feeds it to Bird. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And his stroke has been dead on. Inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Rollins the pass to Rivers. Hawks passing it around. And the foul goes against Boston. Here's Willis. Wide open. Rivers can't get it to go. Bird against Rollins. And Bird, here we go.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Shooting for Boston, At the line for two.
Free throw good. Bird. Bird hits them both. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Rollins. Stolen by Parrish. And a fast break now for the Celtics to tie it up. Here's Johnson. He nails it, and we're tied up.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Rivers kicks to Willis. Here's Wilkins. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Wilkins has got 6 in the quarter.
Fellas, that's been a go-to shot for him today.
Yeah, they found that sweet spot between the paint and the three-point line, and they're knocking a lot of those shots down.
Here's Bird. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Bird's got it all tied up now for Boston.
This is the kind of one-man performance that can win games for a team.
Yeah, he's unflappable, Steve. He doesn't seem rattled at all by the score, and is now 4 for 4 in the quarter.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Without question, Larry Bird displaying his skills today.
We need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
Now here's Rivers. 1:46 left to play here in the fourth. Wilkins can't get it to go.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Now Johnson. On the wing, Ainge. He dishes it to Bird. To take the lead. Rivers gets the rebound.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Dishes it to Wilkins. He feeds it to Rivers. Back to Wilkins. Pass to Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Rivers has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end. And I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're behind by 2. 1:02 left in the fourth. .02 left to play here in the fourth. Dish now to Bird. They double team Bird. McHale passes to Johnson. Clock at 6. Here's Bird. And Willis pulls it down.
Boy, that was a tough one, because if that goes down, you tie the score.
And you know they wanted it to go down. They put together a nice run. That would have tied it.
Good.
That is a clutch shot if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, very gutsy there. What more can you say? He got it done at the best time.
Not much time to work with. They need a basket here.
Yep, they've got to get a steal or foul to stop the clock.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Nails it. And he has brought them to within 2 points. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And an intentional foul right there. And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker. And the the second of two is good. That makes it a 3-point lead. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
The feed to Ainge. This one for 3. Kevin Willis grabs the miss. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Now here's Johnson. He kicks to Bird. From the arc. No luck.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. So he comes up empty, missing both. From half court. And so the Hawks take the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for joining us as we leave you with the Jordan Player of the Game.